The Countess title robbed? Outdated royal rules leave Lady Louise in the shadows. Greetings and a gracious welcome to the World of Royal Staffs channel. It seems that Lady Louise Mountbatten-Windsor has missed out on the chance to become a countess. Yes, that's right. Despite her increasing public presence and her commendable role in the Wessexes, Lady Louise won't be inheriting the title of Countess of Wessex from her father, Prince Edward. What a shame for her, but it's not entirely unexpected. You see, the ancient rules of primogeniture dictate that the eldest son and his male children are the ones to receive inheritance of a title or property. And if there's no male heir, the preference goes to the children of the eldest daughter. Primogeniture was a way of keeping the estate or property whole and intact, and it was relevant when only men were deemed capable of running a large estate or farm. But times have changed, and the royal family brought an end to this system of inheritance in 2013, with the Succession to the Crown Act. But unfortunately for Lady Louise and her younger brother, James Viscount Severn, they were born before this change. So the rules of primogeniture still apply to them. That means James will be given the title of Earl of Wessex instead of Lady Louise becoming the Countess. It's a shame really, considering Lady Louise's rise as a polished young royal. She has been hailed as the secret weapon of the firm, and yet, she's still being pushed aside in favor of her younger brother. And let's not forget that Lady Louise has been front and center at numerous royal events, including the Platinum Jubilee celebrations and the Commonwealth Games. She even made her successful TV debut in a documentary about her grandfather, the Duke of Edinburgh. But apparently, none of that counts for anything. It's a sad reality that Lady Louise has to face, but hey, that's just how the ancient rules of primogeniture work. And let's not forget, it's a big day for Prince Edward and his family, as he is named Duke of Edinburgh. So let's focus on the positive and not dwell on Lady Louise's missed opportunity. We all know about Harry and Meghan's exit from the royal family, but have you heard about Lady Louise Windsor? This unassuming teenager, who grew up in the luxury of her family's £30 million home of Bagshot Park, is technically a princess but has chosen not to style herself as one. What a disappointment to the royal family. Some may argue that Lady Louise is shaping up to be precisely the kind of person the Queen can rely on in the future, but let's be honest, who cares? She may have a mature attitude for her age, but that doesn't make up for the fact that she's missed out on the title of Countess of Wessex. And don't even get me started on her younger brother James, Viscount Severn, getting a promotion while she's still just Lady Louise. What a joke. But Lady Louise is not alone in being snubbed for her younger brother. Lady Katie Percy, a gunsmith and mechanic, is the daughter of Ralph Percy, 12th Duke of Northumberland. Yet, her younger brother George Percy is an earl. And let's not forget about Lady Kitty Spencer, niece of Princess Diana, who would be in line to become the next Countess of Spencer if not for primogeniture. Her younger brother Louis is set to inherit their father's title. What kind of outdated nonsense is this? Even Lady Kinvara Balfour, who has been a vocal critic of the system, has called for the practice of male primogeniture to be outlawed. Her own mother is the eldest daughter of the Duke of Norfolk, yet when her father passed away, the dukedom was passed to her younger brother, who was the fourth child but the only son. How unfair and unjust is that? It's time for the royal family to wake up and realize that times are changing. People are no longer satisfied with this chivalric nonsense. It's time for a change. The royal family needs to start recognizing the contributions of all members, regardless of their gender or birth order. Until then, Lady Louise and others like her will continue to be overlooked and undervalued. It's time for a change, and it's time for it now. She seems to think that the rules regarding titles and inheritance are unfair and that they violate a woman's right to fair treatment. I mean, really? Has she even bothered to read the history books? Let me tell you, these rules have been in place for centuries, and they exist for a very good reason. They are meant to ensure that the most senior titles associated with a nation of the United Kingdom are passed on to the most deserving heirs, and not just anyone who happens to be born into the right family. Lady Kinvara seems to think that daughters are disregarded entirely, but that is simply not true. They may not inherit the same titles as their brothers, but they still hold important positions within the royal family, and they are still respected and honored for their contributions. Furthermore, Lady Kinvara seems to be obsessed with the idea that these titles come with a chance to be elected to one of the 92 seats still reserved for hereditary peers in the House of Lords. But honestly, who cares? The House of Lords is a relic of the past, and it has little relevance in modern society. As for the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, let me be clear. They may have a prestigious title, but that does not mean they are any better than anyone else. They are simply members of the royal family who happen to have been given a certain title by the monarch. And let's not forget that the title of Duke of Edinburgh was previously held by Prince Philip, who was one of the most respected and beloved members of the royal family. Edward may be his son, but that does not automatically make him deserving of the same title. Buckingham Palace made the right decision in reverting the title back to the monarch after Prince Philip's death. The issue was not with Edward specifically, but with the fact that he is so far down the line of succession. It would not make sense for such a senior title to be passed on to someone who may never even become king. In conclusion, I think it's time for Lady Kinvara and others like her to stop disrespecting the royal family and start respecting the traditions and rules that have been in place for centuries. The royal family may not be perfect, but they deserve our respect and admiration for all that they do for our country. But here's the thing. This title was previously held by Prince Philip, and it was understood that it would pass on to Prince Charles. So why did the king suddenly decide to change the game and hand it to Edward? Many speculate that it's because Edward and his wife have been working tirelessly for the monarchy since Harry and Meghan's controversial exit in 2019. But that's not even the worst part. There were even discussions of giving the title to other members of the family, like Princess Anne or even little Princess Charlotte. How disrespectful can you get? It's as if the king and his courtiers have no regard for Prince Philip's wishes or the importance of this title. And don't even get me started on what will happen when Edward passes away. The title will most likely be given to one of William and Kate's children, specifically Prince Louis. So much for respecting tradition and keeping titles within the direct line of succession. Of course, Buckingham Palace is trying to save face by saying that this announcement has nothing to do with Harry and Meghan's children's titles, but who are they kidding? We all know that the royal family doesn't make a move without carefully considering how it will affect their image and public perception. But sure. Let's just pretend that this is all about honoring Prince Philip's legacy and promoting opportunities for young people. It's clear that the royal family has once again put their own interests above tradition and respect for their predecessors. Shameful. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I trust you gained valuable insights and had an enjoyable experience. Please remember to smash the like button and subscribe to my channel so you never miss out on any future exciting content. Thank you once more, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.